Hey Blue Table fans, today we're taking a look at a Tlemiawatl from Lost Kingdom Miniatures, and I bought these models off of Etsy from War Chest Creations. The linker is in the liner notes, and they turned out really well. Obviously I tried quite a different color scheme on these guys. They look like those axolotl. I don't know if I'm saying that right, by the way. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. There's these salamanders that have these frills. I think they're called axolotls, and they look really cool. And online, the pictures I saw, they look very pale, and they have just a little bit of color. I decided to really bring that red, obviously. So white and red is the main color scheme here. Now, in the game, these guys are representing salamanders for the 9th Age Warhammer Fantasy type game, and they're mounted on 40mm bases. These were added later, so I ordered these bases and mounted them, put a little bit of texture on there to make them fit in a little bit. And let's see here. They came with a body and a tail, and then 4 different legs. And so it was quite a little puzzle to get which legs to fit in which area on these guys. But with the reference pictures from the website, I was able to do it with absolutely no problem. And that's one thing that I've really enjoyed about 3D prints that I bought online, is that they not only are they really inexpensive, but they also are very intuitive to put together. So the creators of this STL file, they definitely made it so that the legs only fit one way. And of course, one of them is coming down these old ancient ruined stairs, and then the other one, so this one's going down, and this one's going up on like a little stumpy thing, and it has these lavender flowers on it, which of course you could paint any way that you liked. And I'm super pleased how these turned out. If you go on the Games Workshop site and you look up their salamanders, obviously these are, no exaggeration, they're 10 times better. And they look really amazing, and again, they're really inexpensive. And so I think that this is really a good option to paying for sculpts on the Games Workshop site. Now, I just want to be absolutely clear. I'm not knocking Games Workshop. Generally, they are just absolutely hitting it out of the park with all of their releases. I definitely am a proponent of their sculpts. The plastic kits definitely stand up to use better and have a lot of positive things about them. However, in this particular case, these salamanders obviously look, I mean, come on, they look a zillion times better. And right now, because the red and white is such an unusual color scheme, I don't know if this looks good or not. So maybe you can tell me. And then, of course, they have these gold things on them. And narratively, this actually works, because in 9th Age, they got rid of the handlers. Salamanders just run around on their own intelligence. And I think that's really good, because having 20mm base handlers, 3 or 4 of them, creates real issues when you're charging the unit and when you're ranking up, when you're trying to figure out all these different things for a Warhammer Fantasy square base type game. And 9th Age just got rid of all that by just making the salamanders act independently. And so it's really cool. Now, this one here with his mouth open, he comes with this flame piece. It's like shooting flame out of his mouth like this. And I definitely wouldn't put that in for the following reasons. One, I don't like narrative action elements frozen in place on a model. The other reason is this would really create a hindrance to other models charging it, or it charging other models, or whatever. And the contact point is so thin that it would just snap off for absolutely no reason. You would really have to drill out a hole in the base of the throat and just glue that in. And so this would only be good if this were in a display cabinet. Then it would be just fine. It would actually be desirable, I think. But other than that, I definitely wouldn't put this on. It would break off for no reason. It can't be magnetized because this piece is too heavy for probably the 16th inch magnet that you would need to put in it. And it would just take some unusual engineering to get it to work. But these are my two guys. I'm very pleased with them. And I'd love to hear what you think about the red and the white. Originally, I was like, oh, they breathe fire. I'll make them red and black. I'll give them black bodies and red frills, or the opposite. Give them red bodies. And of course, or maybe I just do all red with reds, yellows, and whatevers, or make this look like it's actually flame. There's like a zillion things I could have done, but in the end, I ended up with this, and frankly, I'm pleased with how organic it turned out. And it's all washes. There's no dry brushing on this. It was done really like a watercolor, and I actually went in and unpainted some of it. Took a brush and brought it off to get that white back and to keep that red from just going everywhere. And also some stippling, but again, that was almost like a wet technique. And so super pleased. It's pretty awesome. All right, that's all I got to say about that. Thanks for tuning in. And oh, by the way, I do have room for a project or two if you want to add something on. Thanks for tuning in.